I've seen that before. Oh, sorry. Whoa. Yeah.
Hi guys, welcome to MCM Comic Con London. Woo! So we are going to start here at the MCM bus stage. I'm glad to be back. My name is Tana VP. I'm your host for the first panel, and we have some fresh new faces to show you from the British film industry here to talk about their new show, The Few. Please welcome Sam Benjamin, Kyla Frye, and Vincent Jerome. Sorry, had a little frog in my throat then.
That's all right.
So, you guys, it's really nice to see you. Is this your first time at the con?
Yeah, for me, definitely.
Yeah, first time. I've been to other TV conventions, but this is my first actual London Comic Con.
And what do you think so far?
Dream come true so far. I'm telling you, this is amazing. Like, the commitment of all the fans here, like, they know what they're doing, they know what they want, and we're just happy to share the space amongst all you get.
You're feeling the love?
Feeling the love, massively.
Good. Well, I'm glad that you're here, and you are here to talk about your new superhero web series called The Few. So tell us, for everyone here and the viewers at home, what it's all about.
Okay, so The Few is unlike anything you've ever seen before. It's a gritty British superhero series that's going to be coming January 2017 online. It's an original story created by myself, Sam Benjamin, and Sam Bradford, who's over there.
Hi, Sam.
Yeah, Sam.
And I don't know about you guys, but we think it's about bloody time that Britain had its own superhero universe to rival DC and Marvel.
Woo-hoo.
There it is.
Well said. So, speaking of the superheroes then, can you guys tell us what characters you'll be playing?
Should I start? Okay. I play a guy called Christian Davis. What else would you like to know?
What can you tell us? I mean, where does he come from? How does he...
Christian is ex-military, and in recent years he's found himself in a bit of a... he's been a bit down on his luck, and we meet him at a pivotal time in his life, and where he's got a lot of choices to make, and he has he's got a lot of choices to make.
And so, I know from us previous talking that basically you guys are involved in an experiment, and ultimately that's what leads to you getting powers. But it's different from the usual sort of lab experiment gone wrong in that there's a time lapse between you guys being affected and getting your powers. Is that right?
Yeah. So basically, there's three characters. We've got Christian. We've got another character called Anna, who is a directionless uni grad struggling for money. And we've also got a character called Jamie Scott, played by Kyla, who is a social worker with a dark secret in her past. And those three are all kind of struggling for money, as a lot of people are finding themselves in London at the moment. And they enlist in this medical trial, and you see those adverts, 14 grand for 2 weeks, or whatever it might be, and they enlist in this program with this pharmaceutical company, and then a year later they discover that strange things start to happen, and the series picks up just after that.
And you came up with this series along with Sam Bradford, so can you tell us how that came about?
So the story goes that myself, Sam Benjamin, and Sam Bradford, we are big superhero fans, and we just literally seen Batman v Superman, Dawn of Justice, and we were chatting afterwards. And actually, it'd be interesting to see who kind of agrees or disagrees. But myself and Sam Bradford actually really loved that movie. There he is. There's we got yes.
One very avid yes there.
And we came out, and obviously Sam Bradford is a director and filmmaker. Myself, I'm an actor and screenwriter, now filmmaker. And we were just like, he just looked at me and he said, I need to direct something that's in a universe like this. And then I just looked back to him and said, I need to be in something that's a universe like this. And then literally within a few days, we kind of came together, worked out what we could do on kind of an independent scale, but something that'd be big and what we could execute without having to rely on waiting on anyone for permission to do it. So within about a week, we had a plot and a concept for a mini-series, and then we wrote it and we started filming it.
Wow. Well, Bill, should we just roll the tape and have a look? Do you guys want to see the trailer for the few? Let's do it.
The 3 Lines program. Bit risky, isn't it? You are seeing what I'm seeing, aren't you? What if she doesn't want to be found?
Doesn't matter what she wants.
And if she's like the others?
We're in big trouble, aren't we?
So can you tell us about some of the other characters that we've seen in the trailer?
So I've told you about Jamie Scott, Christian Davis. Did you want to say a little bit more about your character?
Well, I can do. Yeah, I think it's a case of, as Peter Parker's uncle once said, with great power comes great responsibility. And I think that's the crossroads that my character kind of finds herself in. She's tried to escape a past that she's kind of created for herself and tried to kind of reinvent herself as something that you can't really escape. There's certain things you just can't escape, and I think that's the most exciting thing about this, watching her journey, watching how she kind of affects Vincent's character, how she affects Sam's character. It's very exciting. She's very elusive. So yeah, you've definitely got to watch and tune in, and yeah, stay tuned for season 2 as well.
So would she be more of a reluctant hero, maybe?
Reluctant hero, yeah, I think, yeah, definitely. And I think that's the thing with heroes. Even most recently, when you guys have been watching Luke Cage, Luke doesn't want to be a hero. He doesn't see himself as a hero. He doesn't call himself a hero. In fact, he says, I'm not the hero type. So the fact that he says that, the fact that now, like myself, Vincent, Sam, we're the hero types. We are all the hero types. And that's so exciting. And I think reluctantly, we have to take up the mantle, but take up the mantle we do nonetheless.
Great. And how about you, Sam?
So I play a character called Steve Douglas. He's a hotshot young cop from Liverpool, and a tragedy happens in his life, and he basically decides to quit the force and go rogue and start to take power into his own hands. He doesn't have any kind of superhuman powers, so that's his challenge. So kind of thinking about, it's kind of a British kind of answer to a kind of Daredevil or a Batman kind of type who's kind of out for revenge, has a bit of a death wish, and just is kind of really wants justice in his own terms.
So is he one of the superheroed lot or not?
No, so this is why it's kind of an interesting universe, kind of a la, the DCU, is that we've got one thing that kind of creates these 3 superhuman individuals, and that's it. And for now, anyway, we're going to see what they do. Are they going to be heroic? Are they not going to be heroic? What are they going to do with their powers? Are they going to announce their powers? Are they going to keep it a secret? Yeah, and my character, because he's got the kind of detective background, he's one of the first people who discovers that they exist. So then that's his dilemma of how he's going to tackle it. But obviously he knows that he's not going to be able to go toe-to-toe with these people. So that's his kind of conflict.
And can you guys tell us anything about your powers at all?
No. I don't know. I don't think I can. But they're awesome. My power's awesome. Her power's awesome too. But yeah.
All you need to know. How much CGI will be used to show those powers? Because obviously that's going to be part of the show.
There's going to be. We've tried to do it so that we tried to put the emphasis on the characters and the strength of the story. So there is going to be. I don't want to reveal too much. There is going to be some special effects and
Definitely worth
computer-generated elements, but you'll have to wait and see what that is.
Okay. And looking at the trailer, to me it feels quite gritty. So is that the tone that you were sort of going for?
Yeah, we wanted to create, because I'd done about we kind of wanted to create a tone that was serious, because Britain has a great tradition of sci-fi shows. Thinking of shows like Doctor Who, Red Dwarf, and they're all great, and I grew up loving them. But they're all very kitschy, or very kind of tongue-in-cheek, and a lot of there's laughs, and there's kind of almost kind of ooh, isn't this crazy kind of vibe to them. So I've always loved the more grittier, darker, serious takes. Ever since I saw the Tim Burton Batman movies. When I was really young, so I wanted to create that kind of vibe and just see what happened because there doesn't seem to be anything British that's like that. So we wanted to see what would it be like if it was for real.
Yeah. And speaking of the British symbolism that you use, I saw you guys filming outside the House of Parliament. Did that actually pose any production problems trying to sort of incorporate those big landmarks?
Did it close? I mean, when you're shooting outside, you have the general public and you have workmen, and it's just the elements. You're against the elements, but I think we couldn't have. I don't think we could have chosen a better spot because there's, as you'll see in a lot of the promotional material. Like there you go, boom, there we are. We need people to. It really is a UK show, and because it's based in London, we want landmarks and stuff, and I think I can speak for all of us here when we say yes, it's a UK show, and yes, we want to appeal to a UK audience, but we want it's going to be online, so we want the world to watch it. Do you know what I'm saying? And also, in order for them to buy into the Britishness of it, seeing landmarks like this, like Big Ben and the House of Parliament and so on and so forth, people already get that. They get that bit of Britishness from it. Do you know what I mean? It's like when you see a film about New York, and you see Empire State Building, you see yellow cabs. We really want to enhance that Britishness of it, but include other people that may not be from these British Isles.
Sure. Well, how would you compare shows such as Misfits or Stanley's Lucky Man then to The Few?
Interesting. Misfits wasn't so much a superhero series. These were rogue delinquents, Asbo kids, and they just so happened a storm came and so on. We have really kind of taken on the DC Marvel world. That's what we enjoy. That's what we love. And as far as we're concerned, we haven't seen British, London, Birkenhead-born superheroes. We just don't see them, and why that is, we don't know. But there's a whole market here. We've got the Excel is full of amazing people, all born, bred here, or from here, or decided to descend upon here today to celebrate what we enjoy. So why not create something for ourselves, being the change that we want to see, and enjoy it and make the most of it? Because we are all super. So why not see ourselves reflected in our TV, in our film, in mainstream media?
Also, just to add to that. As far as shows like Misfits and Lucky Man and stuff, they don't have as much. But put it this way: there's a few fights in the show.
Oh yeah.
And being involved in some of them, we go all out. We go balls to the wall. We don't play around. And that was kind of. We want it to be gritty, and part of that is we want action. And I'm not saying, obviously, Misfits and Lucky Man, they have their thing, but we want to bring it, yeah.
And also, we've got all of our action is choreographed by Sonny Lewis, who is just, or Sonny Louis, who has just finished on Game of Thrones, doing all the stunt work for them.
He's awesome. I've only known that man for a little amount of time, but I love him dearly. He's so cool.
Well, you guys have just filmed your finale and the showdown fight. How did that go?
I'm going to go first because I would say it was probably one of the most toughest acting days of my career so far. Because, we don't want to say too much, but yeah, it was a full-on day. And Sonny from Game of Thrones, and he's just also finished on Wonder Woman, and he was a real slave driver. And we'd do it, and we'd think, oh yeah, we smashed that, didn't we, Vincent? And then he'd be like,
yeah.
Gotta go again for that
It's like,
one.
yeah,
Gotta go again for that one.
It's
So,
like, it could be better. It could be better.
So grueling.
He kept, yeah. I mean, I happened to be on set that day, and yeah, it was great. I mean, I was talking before we started recording about something that I did recently. Yeah, and I was saying that I was more excited to film the finale. Not taking away from what I did previously, but it's just like we have a sense of ownership with the show, and I'm just really proud to be part of it, and we get to play in the world that we imagine as kids, and I think that really culminated in the final episode, or the final couple episodes. Yeah.
Well, that's one of the things that I realised is that you guys are all friends and you've all been hanging out, obviously having your coffee and comics days where you chat about all the different DC Marvel stuff. So how is it working together, being as friends, but at the same time having to maybe fight and not really like each other on screen?
Go on. I was just going to say one thing, which is I had a surreal moment when we were filming the finale. I was standing in character, basically, and Vincent's character was approaching me, and the way that the shadows lit him, it kind of felt like because it was so like, I had this moment where it felt like the moment when Jack Nicholson's Joker walked towards me, and I had this kind of really surreal moment where I was like, oh God, I'm gonna have to take on this guy. Oh God, and then the surreal kind of thing of, wait a minute, like you just said, that Vincent and I, we kind of originally bonded over comic books, and over the last many years we'd meet up and go for a coffee, and then go to Orbital Comics, and then Forbidden Planet, and catch up on stuff. And yeah, so it was just a pleasure, really, and to have that trust as well.
I just think when you're dealing with a alternative reality, an alternative universe, you need people who also believe in it just as much as you do. You can't believe that you are a superhero or a metahuman without people around you seeing those powers either come out of your eyes, come out your hands, you're commanding the stars and all the elements, and you need people to believe that so that you can give a truthful performance, you can give a believable performance, and you can do the story justice. So having such an awesome crew, having such awesome screenwriters and fellow cast members, it transforms everything. This is not something that you can turn on Channel 4 and see. This is something that you'll be binge watching for the rest of your lives. I can guarantee you that. Okay, the quality is second to none. We have made sure that we've given ourselves no excuses. We want to give you what you want to see. So now's the time, and we're just so happy just to be doing this all together as a big family.
Fantastic. Well, how many episodes have you made for the first series?
So the first series, it's a mini-series. It's going to be 6 episodes. They're going to be released online in January, and they're kind of mini episodes because we've made them for kind of so that you can watch it on your phone or on your iPad when you're on the move. So they're going to be confirmed, but they're going to be around 4-5 minutes each, released each week with a bit of a cliffhanger a la, like a CW's Arrow or Flash.
The Flash.
Well, speaking of some of those other shows, and you guys are obviously comic book fans, is there anything that you're reading or watching at the moment?
We're all watching. We've just finished the same thing.
Just finished Luke Cage. Yeah, sweet Christmas, baby. Watching wise, if I'm honest with you, as we were coming to the finale, I binged the hell out of Daredevil season 1 and 2, and especially some things in Daredevil season 1 where I was just like, and then some bits from season 2, definitely John Bernthal as the Punisher. Like, oh man, I love that guy. Come on, Red. I love that guy. Anyway, as far as, sorry, I'll be quick. But as far as reading comics, the 2 titles that I can't miss every month is Dark Knight 3. Just want to know where they're going to go with it. It's mad. And Power Man and Iron Fist. I love that title so much. It's yes.
Well, also, Vincent, we have to say congratulations to you because you've just announced that you have been cast in Transformers movie last night. So, can you tell us anything about your role? Anything about the movie at all?
Thank you. Thanks, guys. Can I tell you anything about my role? No, I can't. I'm sorry. I don't mean to be that guy, but
You are that guy.
I am that guy. Yeah. But
So about the movie,
but
though.
I can tell you about the movie. Okay. It's Transformers last night. It's a massive movie. Like it's just so big, and I think, love him or hate him, I think Michael Bay is a fantastic filmmaker, and no one does what he does on his level. Do you know what I'm saying? He's like, it's the same way I feel about Tom Cruise. It's like no one can do what Tom Cruise does as well as Tom Cruise. Like he's amazing. And the same thing with Michael Bay. Like, I mean, as a kid, my favorite movie for a while was Bad Boys, and to be able to come on set and then the man who made that film, which basically gave me a personality when I was a kid, for him to shake my hand and be like, "Hey man, how's it going? You ready to do today?" And I was like, "Yeah, it's awesome." But as far as the film, I just think it's gonna be mad. It's gonna be crazy, and I'm really looking forward to seeing it. And
Well, good luck with it.
Thank you very much.
Sam, I'm curious to know how it was for you when you recently met Zack Snyder, director of Batman vs Superman. Did you get a bit starstruck?
I can't actually say anything about that.
But you just met him.
Yeah, I did.
About
I met Zack Snyder, and I also met Jeff Johns. I don't know whether you guys are fans of Jeff Johns.
Head of DC.
Yeah, which is kind of really cool because Batman Earth 1 is one of my favorite recent books. It really just, because I was really skeptical about it, and I thought, like they're just going to do some we're going to do a reinterpretation of it, and it's going to do this for the sake of doing this, and it really just blindsided me, and I was like, wow. Like, I totally didn't expect that.
Wow. And you've also written another superhero pilot, I believe, in the past, and you've written various things. So can you tell us about that?
Yeah, I've written a superhero pilot called The Offender, and it's like again, it's a very working class British crime fighter story. I was speaking with a big production company about that a few years ago. We didn't quite make a deal on it, so still looking at other options for that. If anyone's in the house, production companies, hello.
And Kyla, I have to ask you, you're in The Edge of Tomorrow, big thriller with Tom Cruise. Did you meet the man himself?
He's awesome. Do you know what it is about Tom? He's about the work. And as actors, we're not, myself, Vincent, Sam, we're not about fame. We love what we do. We genuinely love telling stories. We love embodying characters. We love having fun and playing around, just like you guys all love to do, like even here today. So meeting someone who really is about the work, who cares and understands that when you have big movie productions such as Edge of Tomorrow or Transformers, it takes a team, it takes a whole crew, and when you look at all those credits at the end of the film, you really start to appreciate what goes into making the movie magical. And Tom appreciates that, he loves that, he appreciates every single person that contributes to the final product. And I think when you've got a captain sailing his ship and having his whole crew on board, all kind of going in the same direction as him, yeah, that really makes a difference. It was an incredible, like, unforgettable, life-changing moment. First studio picture, like you're in the Warner Brothers studios and you're filming with Tom Cruise. It doesn't happen every day, but that's what we're working on. We're going to hopefully do this every day for the rest of our lives.
Fantastic. And Sam, I've got to ask, I mean, you've been in Peaky Blinders. People might recognize you for that, playing a policeman. You're a cop here. Do you just have a thing for playing cops now?
It seems to be, yeah. I don't know whether there's anyone who's also an actor in the house, but a lot of the time you seem to get people like see you a certain way, and then you kind of end up in a kind of, if you play a cop character, and then someone will be watching it, a director or whoever, and go, ooh, like, he's a good cop. Like, maybe he could be my cop in my thing. So I played like a should we say a bent copper in Peaky Blinders earlier this year in season 3, which was great. It was a lot of fun, and I actually was doing scenes with Ken Colley, who is in Empire Strikes Back. I don't know how old he is now, but he's done everything. So yeah, it was a lot of fun. So yeah, and obviously in this I'm playing a cop as well.
Yeah. And Vincent, I believe, were in a film called Gangsters, Guns and Zombies. Is that right?
Yeah, I was leading that film because for some reason. No. I was in Gangsters, Guns and Zombies. Yeah.
So if you were going to give us one top tip for surviving a zombie apocalypse, what would it be?
Run. Like run, because that was the thing that there's a bit in the script where my character's called Q, and there's a bit in the script where in order to save the rest of the guys he's with, he kind of does like a rope-a-dope with the zombies, so he makes them chase him, and then he does the stuff, and then he kind of does all kinds of crazy, he punches a few and slams it. He does a bit of a kingpin and slams one in the door and stuff. And then he gets back to the guys who are all waiting for him, ready to drive off to safety. And then one of the guys is like, I guess the Q stands for quick. Do you know what I mean? So my advice, based on my experience of zombies, is run.
Everybody runs.
Everybody runs.
Everybody runs, Fletch.
So it's been great talking to you. I have one final question before I take it to the audience. Anything you can tell us about season 2 potentially, if you get a season 2 of The Few?
Watch it. Watch it. Watch season 1. Tweet hard for season 2. Keep tweeting everybody, telling everybody you know at The Few series, #Fewniverse. Get at us. Tell everybody you need to know about this because it's our time. It's for all of you out there. It's for all of us sitting right here. You're going to love it. Trust me. Season 1, season 2, and beyond.
So one quick question from the audience. If you have any, stick your hands up and I will come to you. I'm not stuck.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Just like DC, Marvel, Image Comics, all the heroes got their connection some way, somehow. How does the Fewniverse, is it called that, right?
Fewniverse.
Fewniverse, yeah. Cool. How are those heroes and villains connected in their way?
As in what? How do the villains and heroes relate to each other?
Yes,
or?
like, Batman's got his Joker, and the Flash has got the Reverse Flash or Captain Cold.
Okay.
How are they connected, if you can reveal that?
So what I will say is we wanted to create something that, because very often in movies and shows, sometimes there can be too many pieces of magic. We wanted to kind of ground it and kind of have one thing that kind of creates this new universe, which we've done with those 3 people that get superpowers. So in terms of heroes and villains, the question is, of those 3, any of them could be heroes, any of them could be villains, and one of them might have a past connection to my character, which will influence their relationship. And so there's kind of a lot of juiciness in terms of those 4 that emerge in kind of a Justice League kind of thing that we saw in Batman v Superman, you could say. And it's like their dynamic. They're all coming from different places. And are they going to be good or are they going to be evil? And what is good and evil as well?
I feel like you just want Batman in there. You just feel like that needs to
Who doesn't want Batman in every single show ever?
I mean, Sam knows this, and everybody knows this, knows this. I'm a massive Batman fan, like crazy Batman fan. But there ain't no room for Batman in this.
No.
Like, there ain't no room for Batman in this because
No,
we are. Yeah. Damn it.
Amen. Amen.
I don't care. No. What I mean by that is that we're building our own stuff right now, and that's no disrespect to all the things that we love. We're massive fans of loads of these characters we see walking around. I saw a kid walking around as Kid Flash, and he looked awesome. There he is. Yeah, big up to that kid. But yeah. We're focusing on what we do.
Well, we can't wait to see it. Good luck with the series. And is that one more question? Oh, okay.
Let's have one more.
Last one.
Thank you. What do you think about the chances of there being a graphic novel tie-in?
Good question. So who's in the audience? No, it's obviously this is coming. I have actually thought about creating a comic book or a graphic novel for years. But the thing is, I kind of thought, well, I've got to use, and myself and Sam Bradford, we've got to use the skills that are disposable to get there first, which is obviously TV and filmmaking, But I've actually just been talking to an artist just the other day who's kind of interested in what we're doing. So yeah, we're very open to doing a graphic novel tie-in, and it'd be quite nice to do something that actually kind of went either back before we kind of see the characters in the first series, or something that can bridge a gap between the first.
So a possible prequel.
Possible prequel, or possible like kind of in between, kind of like an in between of the first and second.
Okay. Well, it sounds fantastic, and it's been great talking to you. All the best with the series. Hopefully we'll see a season 2. Everybody, say thank you to Sam Benjamin, Kyla Frye, and Vincent Jerome.
Another one. We've got to find this third subject.
The 3 Lines program. Bit risky, isn't it? You are seeing what I'm seeing, aren't you? What if she doesn't want to be found?
Doesn't matter what she wants.
And if she's like the others?
Then we're in big trouble, aren't we?